Coco.
Hi.
Hey. Thank you for coming to my channel today. Welcome. Do me a favor and introduce you to the world, please.
My name is Coco Alexa. I'm a tarot reading queen, a natural born psychic medium. I'm a mom, and I'm from Baltimore City. I'm just a light. I'm just a light.
Yo, so much. Again, that's how I met Coco. I was literally in a very, very dark space. For the first time in a long time, poured love all over me. Just for the fact that, like, I'm a loving person and you just happen to be here. And then the cutest thing in the world happened. Like, we asked to be friends. That's how I know you was, like, my sister. Again, like, you made me tear up when I first met you. Yo.
I
Like, damn.
know it was funny because it was at a time where I was trying to call in more female friends,
Okay.
and it was just kind of like I I like you. It was funny because I noticed her, like, she was out of all the little people that was down the harbor. I was like, oh, I like her look. It was so like, cause I'm very attracted to like goth but
Mm-hmm.
black.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is what you were given that day, and it was just so like striking, and I was just like, oh, who's she? And then it's like we made eye contact, so it was everything. And I did ask to be your friend because the fuck, you look cool as shit, and you was cool as shit. Like, why would I deny myself of that? Like, you look cool as shit.
How people miss those energies that,
Mm-hmm.
like, support or balance or whatever theirs. Like, so what made you, like, be like, okay, this stranger is giving me something familiar that I don't have, that I was calling for, but I trust this stranger to give it to me.
I think it was your openness and your vulnerability, and just the energy. It was just the energy, and I feel like you understood me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to say too much, and
Mm-hmm.
to me, like, that's really important. To me, that's just beautiful, and I felt like I wanted to talk to you more. I wanted to know who are you? Like, I get really curious about people. Sagittarius are very mysterious in that way. So I'm like, who is she?
So it's interesting that you put it in the way that you did, because for me on this end, right, of meeting people, making friends, I do feel people upon meeting them. Like, I did feel you almost call out to me, right? So it's hard in the black space to say your energy matches mine. Let's let's go. Why are you so comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
don't just.
really asking me.
I'm
Oh,
really
okay.
at because I don't think I'm the only person who's struggling or had to struggle with being natural. You know, it's unnatural to ask or make friends
Mm-hmm.
past school. So yeah, I am legitly asking what made you so comfortable with being like, all right.
One thing that I have been realizing, like, this week, is that I'm living intentionally. When I want to align myself with certain people, when I need to align myself with certain things, when I am trying to call in certain things that might be a little different, I know that at that point that I speak it out loud or that I think it,
Mm-hmm.
those things that I need, those people that I need, are going to start to appear and come into my atmosphere. I asked for you. I asked to meet somebody like you.
We've had this conversation before a couple of
Yeah, I'm gonna say
times.
we've had this conversation
Uh,
many a
but
time. Yeah.
but every time we do like a new part of why that happened, when it happened, how it happened, the way it happened, comes
Mm-hmm.
to clear fruition. Right? Do you think I'm noticing that women can handle that energy from me better than men? Do you think that's true?
Yes.
Why?
Well, yes, because men just they don't. they don't even communicate in the same way that we do.
Okay.
It's the masculine and feminine side of things, like yin and yang, like which we all have inside of us. Women tend to feel more, and they're more open to their feminine aspects of themselves. So being more vulnerable, having deeper conversations, like men don't, they don't talk about those things, especially black men. They don't have, and it's very rare when it does happen. But I'm not saying that it can't be done. It can, but to me, for me, what a lot of, and I'm speaking to black men. They're not is they're not taught to communicate properly. They're not taught to do these things. So it's like once we get to a certain point, when the divine feminine gets to a certain point, like it's like, okay, well, I can't even, you're not vibrating on the same frequency. I can't, you're not even able to say that, you went out here and somebody fucked your whole day up, because you just don't want to tap into that side of yourself because it's female shit.
Are you kind of telling me that men process feeling that energy that I give off as too, I don't want to be so low vibrational, but too bitch made to feed? Like scared, like on that too feminine. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to equate the two, but you know what I mean. Too soft, too. Right. It's like It's
yeah. I understand that. That's a loaded question.
It is.
No, I mean,
no, pill.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was saying no. I agree. Like I don't think. Wait, let me really think about it.
For me, it's easier to swallow the pill that black men just think that that's some soft shit, and we deal with that mindset, than you not seeing the power in the divine feminine requiring you to pull that divine masculine out of you.
I don't think that they. If
like that brings me to tears type hurt.
Unfortunately, if more men, more masculine energies as a whole, if they saw the divinity in women, we would be held to a certain. There would be a pedestal that we would be put on. Like, wait, no, that's a woman right there. Like, I don't. Do they call themselves a woman? Oh, I got you. Oh, I'm gonna bow down to you. I'm gonna. Oh, you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Oh, I would bow down to you.
Okay.
Like, but again, this is also coming from a divine masculine, because I've encountered divine masculine now, and the way that they are able to love a woman and honor a woman is so beautiful. But to be able to even have that exchange, oh my God, it's so powerful. In all aspects, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually.
I have had glimpses of it, you know what I mean? But consistency for me has always been the thing. Like, everybody can knuckle up for a little bit, but then it's like, oh wait, we still doing this?
When we get into the nitty gritty, it's like, all right, nigga, where you at? We in there, some shit that went down. Like,
forever is longer than 18 months, girl? Damn. So I don't think it's that they don't have it in them. I just think that the conditioning that we collectively, you know what I mean? The men and the women and all of it, has given black men to walk away with. It's like it's easier to give that power of whatever to something other than what's at home. Or at least that's unfortunately my story.
I definitely can see that for sure. Like I can definitely see that, but this is what I don't have that experience all the way.
And so I need to hear it, because again, I'm out here, I'm champion for the black man. I love a black man. I want them to grow. But it's heavy.
I've seen it happen to others.
Okay.
But the men that are around me, like, they don't fuck around. Like, I think that even with you saying, like, you were the only girl amongst a lot of masculine, where for me, it's a lot of women.
Okay.
My family is very, like, the women rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like the women
Mm-hmm.
rule, women are respected, like, and also they all, even through my own journey, I feel like they're all mothers. They're all mothers to all the children. So you want to respect your auntie, like that's mother number two. Like grandma is big mama, and that's, you just don't, you move and act accordingly.
I feel you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drink the same water, breathe the same air, bred
Mm-hmm.
the same way we are, right? However, I think it's a sickler issue, right? You know, maybe that kick down your door and smack your chick type energy all the time ain't what our little boys need to come home to. Like, it's a time, place, and manner for me to be on you, be at your neck, to apply that pressure that our family needs, but I don't need to do it all the time. Because I'm trying to embody that. Like, I'm going to match your energy, sir, in my divine feminine. However, just because I ain't kicking and screaming to get you to do it, don't mean
I don't need you to do it.
Move with some alacrity.
But I feel like one thing that I'm learning is that, like, that divine feminine and divine masculine, when it's there,
Mm-hmm.
when it is there, when it exists, there is not a whole lot of misunderstanding and misconstruing. When I think about, when I'm saying divine, and when I think about divine, you're also very connected to the divine, right? So just as much as Bay is over there, he out there, he working in the yard, he's getting his messages. So whatever it is that we need to get through or understand or whatever, you start feeling and understanding, you start hearing and getting messages, and it's just kind of like, babe, I think it's time for us to move. Yeah, I got that same energy. And of course, now granted, is everything gonna be kumbaya and fucking unicorns and rainbows? No, you gonna get the shit. You gonna get the yas too sometimes.
Absolutely.
Because we're human.
Yes.
Right? Because
yes.
we're human.
But it's about how you process through it.
Even being able to be able to, like, yo, you da 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 da, be able to step back, reflect, and be like, you know what? I apologize, and that wasn't the right way to come at this. So I am sorry. That is not what I want. To be able to do that,
yeah, and I think
just
because divine feminine to me has been also about accountability, because I don't think that's a thing that, like, women on this lower level as we're vibrating right now do well. Like, you got to be able, if he got to put up and shut up, sometimes you got to put up and shut up in order to keep the balance going, right? Yeah. So for mine, it was always about accountability. I can't just be like, well, I and me and da 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 da, right? Like, I have to create that space for you to understand that it's us, we moving, all of that. So again, we invest in these women who are getting it this way, when it's like, my mission is always to build tribe, help, grow, love. How do I
feel like for real, hats off to you for even speaking to black men. Mm-hmm. Because I think that is so important, because I don't feel like they haven't. It's one thing that's when they sitting and talking to, like, their homeboys and shit like that. When you sitting and having an intimate conversation, which I think not enough black men have, to be able to just be listened to sometimes, like, that in itself to me is just starting a conversation. I'm realizing as I've been praying to be able to work with more men, it's just kind of like you're realizing how stubborn they can be, and how much they fight against what just feels good. And it's just like, well, why you want to stop doing it if it feels good, babe? Like, keep doing it. Keep doing those things. Like, you can do that. And I think black men, they're so powerful. So fucking powerful. So dynamic. And you're just like, wow, like.
So I had a whole moment recently. I broke. Like, to hear you say, I commend you and all that. Like, it's like, I don't even want to take that right now, because I've had a moment recently where I'm just like, fool for naught. I know I'm praying that when I have a little boy, I love him enough at home that he's okay with choosing what feels good and is worth it, and what, is that instant noodle meal. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that it's interesting that you even bring that up because my friend, he talks about that often about how he's like, it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. Why? That's why we're like this because of women, because of the mothers. And I think it's so interesting because I can't tell you how many readings that I've done from mothers of sons where I had to say, stop telling your child to stop crying. Stop doing that. Like, you're not doing anything but creating men who cannot communicate or who can't fucking cry.
So when he's talking to me and it's like, hey, I see those little well ups. It's okay.
I see you.
Right. And I'm like, it's okay because, like, I know what you came through. So if you even got there with me, come on, keep pushing.
Right.
You
can do it.
Push just through that door.
Let go of the bridge again.
And it's always like,
hell no. Right, like, oh hell no. What you trying to do, girl?
This bitch voodoo.
Right. They be doing
Well, ain't nobody even tell you to say nothing in
right,
the first
and they
place.
be trying like, so you won't give me some. Nigga, you just about to cry. Like,
I mean, I am, but
right, like that. Like,
I have moments all the time. I grew up with boys,
me too.
and I grew up with a mom who wanted to be masculine, and I'm like, that's a thing. That's
did she want to or did she have to? Because I find that a lot of us as independent, I'm a single mother, you have to, it's hard to be both. And sometimes you gotta go into that. You have to move from that energy.
And I get that.
To protect, to provide, to do all of this shit.
And I get that. But what I will always say to my mom as a little girl, it's difficult for me to see you every day. I look just like you, and you be like, I'm the biggest man y'all know. I'm the toughest man y'all know.
So you're saying, in your experience watching your mom, she rarely showed the feminine sides of herself.
No, like,
wow. Yeah, see, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have my mom's.
Yeah, but no, but
like she's gonna go on her bike, she's gonna do all of the things. But she can get really girly. Like, super girly, super Miss Prim.
And so I think now in my expressiveness, it's like, yeah, I'm probably going to play kickball in some rubbery heels if I feel like it. Because that's how I feel.
Because both.
Yeah.
Because I can be both.
Because I can be both because I watched the precipice of me fight so hard to not.
Yeah. The last thing that I will leave you all with is, I don't know if it has anything to do with our conversation, but be true to you. Be true to yourself. Be true to, what you believe in, what you feeling, Don't pass any judgment towards yourself. It's not going to do anything but hinder you from who you need to be. Love yourself. Love the people around you. And show gratitude.
You better, as you always, gather the girls. Gather the dolls. Just always.
You can find me on IG, Coco_Alexa_, or go to my website, conjuredxcoco.com, conjuredbycoco.com. You can book readings through my Instagram as well if you would like. And come on and get this insight.
It's really good. Like, it really is. Like, and that money candle.
Yes.
That money candle.
Yes.
Always. I'm going to see if I can do something like, it's not going to be all. But in my heart, we have like some sprinkle shit fall all over you. Thank you for loving me enough to let me spread my wings a little bit more.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the win. Like, come on, man. Come on. No.
I literally just told somebody I need you to be my wind.
Yeah.
Literally just said that. I love you. So you watch the show sometimes, so you know how I sign off, right? So as always, guys, I just want to thank you for rocking with me, and I leave you guys with a lot of light, because as I share more and more pieces of my light in my life, I hope you guys can find more in yours. I leave you guys with a lot of life because everything is changing around all of us. You choose if it's good or bad or not. And I leave you with a lot of love because, as always, guys, the love that you give to me, I give back to you and you a million times over because that is the wind beneath my wings. Love you.
Yeah.